So this is the iPhone 12. I've got it on release date and I just want to share with you my first impressions on the phone. If you're watching this video, you've probably watched about 2,000 first impression videos by now, but here's another one for you. And I bought this phone with my own money, I didn't get sent it, so thumbs up for that, please. In this first impression, I'm going to share with you the rather quick experience of unboxing the iPhone, comparing it to what the iPhone 11 and seeing what's different, and then also saying why the iPhone 12, not the iPhone 12 Pro, is the one that you should be getting. Unless you've been living under a rock, you know why the iPhone 12 unboxing experience is quite quick. Unlike companies like OnePlus who are chucking in fast chargers and cases and screen protectors and a kitchen sink in their phone boxes, this is quite simple. You get the phone itself, a USB to lightning wire to charge, and some manuals. And yeah, that's it. I'm all for saving the environment, and this isn't the worst move from Apple, but yeah, I really hoped that they would move to USB-C before they started doing this. Taking a look at the phone, and we've switched to that boxy look that you get on the iPad Pro and the new iPad Air. At first I was a little bit worried about this, I thought it'd be a little bit sharp, and coming from a phone like the Pixel 5, which has sort of rounded corners and rounded edges everywhere, it was a little bit different. It does take some getting used to, but actually it feels really nice in the hand. And this blue colour here is pretty awesome too. I do like the matte finish on the sides, and part of me wishes that they continued this onto the back of the phone. I know they do this on the iPhone 12 Pro. I just feel like the shiny back is a little bit of a fingerprint magnet there. And on the subject of magnets, we do have the MagSafe now built into the back of the phone. I'm not sure I'd trust attaching a wallet to this, but it'd be interesting to see what accessory makers can do with the MagSafe. I'm really looking for maybe a phone holder, wall mount or car mount that's just magnetic. I think that would be a really good use case for this. Up front is the new display, which is a 6.1 inch OLED with 2532 by 1170 pixels, and it's such a clear and crisp display. So I think it's a real welcome change that we have this on the iPhone 12 now. Yeah, it's still capped at 60 Hz, but I think the A14 processor should sort of smooth this out a little bit. I'm looking forward to seeing what the experience is like between switching from a 120 Hz screen down to the 60 Hz screen, and if I actually miss 120 Hz that much. On the bottom we have a lightning port and two speakers, which are actually pretty good for this size. And we've also got the speaker, oh, I've turned the torch on. And at the top we've got the earpiece speaker as well. And yes, we still have the notch is back. Apple have chosen to go for the Face ID despite the fact we're all wearing masks now. And to be fair, the decision was probably made pre-COVID, but it does mean we're stuck with that 2017 notch and no Touch ID. Surely the next iPhone has to have Touch ID or even a way to put the Face ID under the screen somehow. I just think it'd be worth it to get rid of this notch. I really enjoyed the uninterrupted display on the iPhone SE, for example. Apart from that, we still have the camera module up the top, and it's looking pretty much exactly the same as the last generation. So apart from the design changes, it's pretty much everything that you'd come to expect from an iPhone, but there are some subtle differences from the iPhone 11, which we'll just go through now. Firstly is the A14 chip. The A14 chip is even faster this time, and it makes me wonder, do we even need all this power in a phone? But it makes tasks that are quite processor heavy seem quite easy, and it really is the idea of having a computer in your pocket. To put it into perspective, this is a 4K 10-bit clip shot on a Sony a7S III, and it edits perfectly on the iPhone. Even some computers would struggle with this. There's some slight upgrades to the camera, with the regular camera on the iPhone 12 getting a 1.6 aperture as opposed to the 1.8 aperture on the iPhone 11. This should mean better low light shots, as well as a better sort of blurred background for those non-portrait shots, although I don't think most people are going to notice the difference here. One of the big changes for video was the introduction of Dolby Vision for true HDR content, and I'm looking forward to testing this in the future. Finally, we have 5G, and Apple spoke a lot about this in their presentation. So the iPhone 12 does support 5G and millimeter wave 5G, although I'm in the UK, so I'm not sure this particular model does support millimeter wave 5G. In my particular area, 5G isn't actually that much faster than 4G, so it's not that much worth it, but your area might vary. So that's the iPhone 12. Some small tweaks and changes from the iPhone 11, but I think they make it worth it for people that want to upgrade from the 11 to the 12. But what I want to talk about is which phone should you get out of the iPhone 12 range. And I think the iPhone 12, the regular iPhone 12, not the Pro, is probably the value proposition here. Now, if you can afford it, money is no issue. Maybe you're a phone enthusiast or an Apple iPhone enthusiast. You're going to buy the Pro or the Pro Max. I can't convince you otherwise. However, for people who are looking for the best value, I do think the iPhone 12 is the best value. If you compare it to the iPhone 12 Pro, there's not actually that many differences. The screen is exactly the same, it's still using that A14 chip. You do get HDR at 60 frames per second on the 12 Pro, rather than Dolby Vision at 30 frames per second on the iPhone 12, and you also get that telephoto camera. But in terms of meaningful changes, that's pretty much it. So unless you're big at filmmaking with the iPhone, or you really need that telephoto camera because you use it quite a lot, I think the iPhone 12 is going to be enough for you. I think it's a really good move from Apple to give people the choice between the different models and also make the base models general, rounded, good phones. They haven't sort of taken away any of the specs just to sell more of the Pro models, and the Pro models are genuinely just targeted pros this time. It remains to be seen just how much the jump to the iPhone 12 Pro Max will be worth it, but I can already tell I'm going to enjoy using the iPhone 12 for the time that I'll be using it. In the coming weeks, I'll be creating more videos with the iPhone 12, including a camera comparison with the Google Pixel 5. So if you're into that, hit the subscribe button down below. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this, do subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.